Hello, welcome to HBMs Cryptid-Corner for Wednesday, May 22nd, 2019. We have a few things to talk about, so let's get started. A Scottish man has shared a video of the alleged Loch Ness Monster. Rory Cameron says he was driving home after visiting a friend when he noticed something strange in the infamous lake's water. Well, that's it. Kind of a short video. Not very much context to it. I don't know. That one, I don't know. Doesn't look very convincing to me that it was Nessie. I mean, it could have been anything. And why didn't he zoom in on it? Why did he zoom out? He should have zoomed in on it. I know you're probably thinking, well, what about pixelation? Well, yeah, there's always that risk, but there's always the possibility that he could have gotten something on video if he had just focused in instead of zooming out. Don't zoom out. When you've got something that is potentially mysterious on video, you don't zoom out. That was a rookie mistake on this guy's part, I think. You don't zoom out. If you've got something mysterious on video, don't zoom out. Zoom in. Man in Pennsylvania claims to have seen a Sasquatch or Bigfoot. He was 11 years old. It was in Pennsylvania, 1972. Described it as being about 8 foot tall. It was dark and huge. If it was a Bigfoot, we saw one. If there are no such things, then I don't know what we saw. But this was after a hurricane. This was after Hurricane Agnes. And apparently 3 years ago, 2 women reportedly encountered a Bigfoot in Florida after recent floods caused by Hurricane Hermine. So, is there a correlation between bad weather and Bigfoot sightings? That's a very good question. It's a very good possibility as well. They could be fleeing from, excuse me. They could be fleeing from bad weather, from the bad flooding. If there's bad flooding in their forested areas. So, it's a distinct possibility, and it's intriguing. It really is. Very intriguing indeed. A report from last October from the Sooner State, Logan County. A man claims he saw an unidentified bipedal creature. Anonymous man told the BFRO he was sitting on his front porch with his dog when the sighting took place at dusk in October 2018. So he saw 2 deer running south, and then a few seconds later saw a biped running in the same direction. He was 2 steps fence around front pasture when I saw him, he explains. He pushed down top wire, stepped over across front pasture, pushed down top wire, stepped over the center of pasture into slight ditch, crossed road, and disappeared. His dog, he adds, didn't even bark until the creature was all the way across the pasture. It was dark, tall, and wide. Eyewitness says the bipedal creature was probably about 7 foot tall, weighed about 500 pounds. Well, it's not unusual to have sightings in Oklahoma. They have had reports there. Maybe not as many as other states, but they've had quite a few. They've had their share. We'll just put it that way. They have had their share. Our final story this week, a father and son say they saw a group of bipeds in Whatcom County, Washington. Eyewitnesses were reportedly driving in the area at 9 p.m. last September when they noticed the creatures. That would, of course, be September 2018. My father and I went for a drive up the mountain to stop at this clear cut like we've done many times before, the man said on the BFRO report. We were scanning the clear cut with our flashlights when we saw the eye shine in the distance about 200 yards. The man goes on to say that they detected 3 pairs of eyes leveled at different heights. At first, he adds, they thought they were looking at a mother bear and her cubs. But after shining the flashlights in their direction, the larger creature charged up the hill grunting, then it stopped and waited for the other 2. They must have been they must have been upright. Oh, this is interesting. Sometimes they stand up and walk a bit, but every time we made noise, they stop and watch us. This went on for 3 hours. It was around midnight when the bigger creature reportedly decided to start walking down the hill. It was on 2 legs, arms swinging below the hips, and about 700 pounds. The other 2 followed it. There are no brown bears in that area. The man said it was difficult to estimate a height at a given distance. You can see the head bob just like when a person is walking downhill. 2015, motorists said he saw a similar creature crossing a busy road just outside of Spokane. 1996, a 911 dispatcher responded to a call made by a frightened caller of the Kitsap Peninsula, Washington. This call prompted immediate action from the authorities who, after investigating the area, weren't able to find any evidence of the animal. So, Washington State, it's the top state as far as reports. It is the top. This is a very interesting report, I have to say. Went on for 3 hours. And it's not out of the question. A lot of witnesses, a lot of Bigfooters would say, well, why did they stick around? Why did the creatures stick around? Well, there's always that curiosity aspect. That could be the reason the creature stuck around, because of curiosity. Sometimes they stick around, sometimes they don't. It just happens. That's the way it happens. Sometimes they stick around. So, this could possibly be a credible report. And we don't know everything about Bigfoot. Not every Bigfooter knows everything about Bigfoot. And knows everything about why they stick around when they could leave. So, very interesting stuff right here. This is a very interesting report, I have to say. And that's it for this week. By the way, not Minerva Monster. My mistake. Momo, the Missouri Monster, has wrapped up principal photography. And Lyle Blackburn's already shot his part of it. So, they're going to be going into the studio to edit, obviously. And that'll be out this fall, by the way, from Small Town Monsters, Momo the Missouri Monster. Not only that, but the upcoming Falk Monster Festival, Legend of Boggy Creek, will be shown on the big screen for the first time ever in 47 years. And actually, they are accepting pre-orders for the 4K Blu-ray, 4K definition Blu-ray. So, yeah, cool stuff. And that's coming up, let's see, I think the second weekend of June, which is the 14th through the 16th. Is that Father's Day? I want to say that's Father's Day. Unless Father's Day is the following weekend. I think Father's Day is the following weekend, but I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, yeah, very cool stuff going on in the Bigfoot world and in the cryptid world. So anyway, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. This is kind of an abbreviated show, but that's okay. Didn't have a lot to say this week. Again, if there's any breaking news, I will come on and I will talk about it. But things are kind of slowing down because we're getting close to summer. It's almost Memorial Day, by the way. I want to wish everybody a happy Memorial Day. Let us all remember the troops who sacrificed themselves so that we could be free. That's what Memorial Day is all about. Not so much about the barbecues and things like that, but it's all about the fallen, the fallen troops. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. Y'all be good or be good. This has been HBM's Crypto Corner.